I want to talk a little bit about how I started the Thriving Hive box system. And it was kind of fortunate and kind of unfortunate all at the same time, but I was getting ready to start beekeeping, and I had made a deal with an old beekeeper who couldn't keep his bees anymore, that I would do all the work for him. And in that winter, I was able to read about bees and learn about them, and as I did, I got this book called Keeping Bees with a Smile. And that book really gave me insight on a different type of beekeeping, one where it was for the climate that I live in, but it was also a climate that you could put it into like warmer areas, and it would still have the benefits because it was an insulated box and it was built differently. Well, it turned out that my house caught on fire that winter, and when it did, guess what? I didn't have the book whenever I got bees to build the box from it, so I ended up making a box design that was my own. I did it based on what would make sense. And so as the years went on, and each winter and all the bee removals that I did, I kept adapting the box to be more and more simple. And I think even from the very beginning I was thinking about how I should do this and actually sell them, because it was a much better system, especially for new beekeepers. I mean, my first year of beekeeping, I got my bees to go through winter, and I was a first-year beekeeper that didn't know what they were doing. And it wasn't about what I was doing right, it was about the fact that the box was really designed for the bees, and the bees were able to manage in that box the way that they should, as if they were living in the wild. So, I ended up getting to a point where I wanted to sell the box, but I knew I wasn't ready, and I thought, I'm just going to go to the Mother Earth News Fair, set up, show the box, and see what happens. So I did that, and I was hoping, in the back of my mind, that Mother Earth News magazine, because it was their fair, would come by, see my box, and go, this is a great idea, we're going to feature it in the magazine. Well, it turns out they didn't find my box, but Bee Culture magazine, and this is the January issue of 2019, they did find the box, and they said that, when you're ready to tell the world, let me know. So I let them know, and there's a feature article in this magazine for the January issue about the Thriving Hive bee box system. Now, the system itself is a system that's more than just one box, it's two boxes, but it's made to keep bees and not have to get a lot of them. It's also made for the beekeeper who doesn't have a lot of skill base, doesn't have a lot of experience, to be able to almost put the bees in the box and do nothing and still get their bees through winter. And I think that's what's really important. Now, right now, it's the time of the year where everybody is starting to think about what they want to buy, but it will all come in at one time where everybody decides that now it's time to buy it. And in that, I am going to probably be like way behind on orders because I don't have the equipment and the time right now. Well, the time I have, but I don't have the equipment, I don't have the materials to build the boxes the way that I want to. So the people who are going to order late are going to have to be patient about it. Or something's going to have to happen that I will get enough money that I can start really building and have everything kind of stocked up so when people order, they're able to go out the door. These beekeeping systems are really for the beekeeper, but more for the bees. It was designed after a hollow tree. It was made to be like bees live in nature. And from that, I think that we can see that, the problems that we're creating in beekeeping today are a lot because of the way that we keep bees and the way that we manage our farming and the way that we use the bees to pollinate all the different states, come back into one melting pot where they kind of mix and match every pest, problem, and parasite that they could possibly catch, and then it gets shipped all over the country. The more people that get their bees through winter, the less people that are going to be buying bees every year, bringing the problems back to their area from the south. The Thriving Hive bee box system is one that is designed for the hobby beekeeper, but it's designed for the bee first, beekeeper second, and together it will get your bees through winter, through summer, through all of that, because it is just better for the bees.